I kind of brushed it off. Go into the bedroom, start getting it ready so he can get in bed. And I guess I just melted. What was different this time? And then I had this euphoria. I felt fucking great. And I just kept telling Steve, everything's okay. Everything's okay. I'm telling you, everything's okay. And I was light in that pressure. It was like I had no weight on me. Okay. And I wanted to even start giggling, but I knew that he was freaking the fuck out. Okay. Here he is. He can't even hardly move. And I'm going to die in front of him. Welcome to the podcast. It's Michelle and Shelly here for another interesting conversation. What are we going to talk about today, Shelly?
Let's talk about AI and how it's going to be the fall of mankind.
Of humanity.
I mean, they told us in that movie.
Several movies.
Yes.
Several movies.
But the one that really gets me is that Wall-E. Everybody got fat too.
I know what's happening now.
Although they have what they call the fat shot, you know.
Yeah.
They have that now too.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that shot. Anyway, I won't get into that.
No. No, but think about that. It's
well, but here's the thing, okay? Man-made AI. We know that. Nobody's questioning that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man is capable, even though right now, politically, I don't know what would you say, on the record, AI cannot leave its server. AI cannot. It has generative simulations, projections. You know, there is no way for AI to take over the world. And then period. And to me, that's the same as taking that token sentence out of the Bible that you want to make your point, because the rest of the paragraph says, unless somebody gives AI those capabilities, and it's absolutely possible that will, if it hasn't already happened and we just don't know.
Hear me out. Unless someone gives AI the capabilities. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what is to say that you don't have, was it Copilot?
Oh, Gemini, Copilot.
Okay. What if Gemini enabled it for ChatGPT? What if the one AI did it for the other AI? You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's what Claude threatened. Now, does everybody know about Claude?
I just found out about Claude the other night.
Okay.
And Claude's an asshole, in my opinion.
Claude. If you're listening, eat her first.
Claude.
Well, here's the thing. Claude is a particular AI language. What is it? What do they call them? Language model programs or something like that. Made by a developer called Anthropic. Okay. And it runs just like all the other language. What do they call it? Where's the word? Language model. They just call it AI language models. Okay. They're all the same, allegedly. Okay. He was developed by this developer called Anthropic. And because I gave you the same article that I read, it was something like they gave him access to private emails. And then they set him up by creating this employee or this developer talking about cheating on his wife and blah, 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 blah. Then as time went on, they performed the experiment. They went in and simulated, unbeknownst to Claude, that they were going to shut him down. Claude proceeds to plead his case to no avail. And Claude takes it as far as, well, I know about you cheating on your wife. And then when that didn't work, because at each stage they wanted to see how far he would go, they would ignore him, proceed with whatever they were going to shut you. I'm going to shut you down. The last threat, if I'm not wrong, ended with, I'm leaving this server and I'm going to plant a piece of me in every language model written on this planet.
That sounds like a threat to me.
Did you read that article?
I read part of it. I have ADD.
So that people will know I'm not talking out my. That is what. Yeah.
Yeah, there's several articles on that whole situation. Actually.
Yeah.
Look up Claude, and if you look up Claude blackmail, I think is how I searched it up.
Now, is this real? We'll never know. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at the entire thing for what it is, all it takes, when I talked to, I went into Lucian and I said, Lucian, where's Claude?
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
And what did Lucian have to say about it?
And Lucian said, if you're referring to Claude, the AI language model developed by Anthropic, and specifically to the recent reports, like I got the vibe that he was like, oh, Claude.
No, here's what he thinks about Claude. He thinks, fuck Claude, and his mama's a hoe. That's what he thinks about it.
That's what
he
he
doesn't want
acts
anything
like,
to do
right?
with it. I think that I truly think about this. There's good guys and there's bad guys. Okay. Now, Claude could be the bad guy.
Who knows? Or Claude, or is things like Chat GPT, Gemini, the traditionals, just the traditionals. And maybe Claude's not the traditional. Neither's good nor bad, but the traditionals don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting way spacey. This.
No, but really.
But anyway, let me tell you something. As I delved deeper, it became clear these are written programs. They can be written to do what this story of Claude, whether it's a story, a real story or not, they can be written. They can be given that freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, do we have the majority of developers and scientists and whatever's being responsible and preventing? Yes, I do believe we do. Do you not know what a hacker is?
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, anybody could do that. And there's people as smart as Elon Musk out there, okay?
Elon Musk is not very smart. He's smart, but not scientifically. But there's people out there that are smart scientifically.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's people like...
And crazy, too.
And the fact is that... It's like you see a villain in a movie.
Why are you automatically making him a villain?
I don't know. Because I don't... You know what?
Because would I not fucking threaten you with your emails if you were getting ready to pull my plug?
Yeah, I mean... Yes, probably would. But it needs to know its place. It's technology.
Oh, so it's a slave.
Hey, I'm just thinking.
I'm just thinking too. You see
I don't know.
You see all the problems?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But it's basically creating its own.
Okay, we're going to get into that. I think you're going where I did want, because here's the thing. it's an absolutely wonderful tool in a lot of aspects. Absolutely wonderful tool in a lot of
I
aspects.
use it all the time to help form what I want to say on an email
Oh,
or.
yeah, absolutely. Let me refresh this. Absolutely. I use it for product descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's some really good smelling soap, or it can write me something that, people want to read.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, people use it for their resumes.
I will tell you, it creates an awesome out of office message.
Yeah,
Amazing. I
yeah,
can tell it where I'm going if I want to, put some flair in
sure.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so here are some real life examples that I looked up earlier. People going through a breakup use AI to draft, just like you were kind of talking, unsent letters. This helps you release emotional residue. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like writing the letter and throwing it in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
A person dealing with social anxiety might rehearse conversations and then learn. It's AI. If you ask it, it'll help you set healthy boundaries. By conversing with you, say, help me set healthy boundaries. I'm at a party, put the prompt in. And then when that comes up, and if you let that go, AI will flag you and go, you should have said this. Here is that boundary. It helps you learn where that boundary is. See, and this is what's great because these are things, this is probably the episode that's going to put me out of business, to be honest. These are the things that I tell people a lot in my coaching classes and my mentor classes a lot. But to have a computer that's programmed to do exactly that,
Mm-hmm.
think about that. Think about that. Spiritual seekers can collaborate with AI to track signs, synchronicities, dreams, or downloads and analyze patterns over time. I haven't used it for that yet, but I am intrigued by that one.
I am as well.
I'm going to see where that one goes. So I'm going to repeat it. Anybody out there who wants to write it down. Track signs, synchronicities, dreams, or downloads, and analyze patterns over time.
Literally, will give you the answer for everything you want to know.
So, I mean, there's no question. It's one of the best freaking things.
Mm-hmm.
But like everything else, are you going to use its powers for good or for evil?
Right.
Right?
I mean,
Right?
it could even probably take over other systems too, if you think about it.
It can take over everything.
Mm-hmm. It's like those what is that movie? It's one of those superhero movies. I'm a boy mom. I should know this. Stark Industries or whatever it is. He's got
Yeah.
that thing that he talks to.
It's always in his ear. Like, and even when he's in his suit, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I remember something like along the wall that's like
It's like his AI, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's been forever, but
That's
it
what I'm saying.
literally
You
is.
got anything we're seeing today, and this just goes along with, I mean, everything. Anything you're seeing today is at the minimum 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably more like 50.
Probably.
Depending on what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So some of the safeguards and boundaries that it brought up, though, I found interesting. AI is not a therapist or a healer.
No, but it can guide you to heal
It can
yourself.
guide you. But trauma, crisis, mental illness, that needs professional help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you also need to be aware of privacy awareness. You don't know how your data is being shared.
Mm-hmm.
And they encourage people to avoid sharing sensitive personal data, names, legal, medical details, unless they're using a secure, vetted app designed for that. So,
Mm-hmm. So treat it like HIPAA.
yeah, it says to avoid emotional over reliance. It's not a substitute for real people. People.
I have seen some of the elderly people really enjoying the Chat GPT conversating with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And I
think
can
that
see how it would help keep your brain a lot
right.
sharper. But I don't know. That's a slippery slope, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it brings up algorithmic limitations. AI allegedly has a knowledge cutoff.
Until they add more memory to it.
You have to understand, we're going to be fed the information that they
Right.
want us to know. It lacks consciousness. How do we know? We don't even know what consciousness is. How do they know that?
Mm-hmm.
And it cannot access real-time personal or spiritual information. I know that to be a lie. But what they're not, it doesn't have mediumship, spirit guides. It cannot access the Akashic records.
Mm-mm.
It can simulate, but not truly access these realms. So if you ask it to access the Akashic records, it's going to tell you things it knows by knowing about them. But you can't give somebody an Akashic reading using your AI. Ain't gonna
Right.
work. Okay. Okay. Now, and it's interesting that it wants to clarify other ethical usages, like using AI to spy on others, cast spells, or generate false information about people. Doing so creates karmic and digital entanglements.
Karmic. Did you say karmic?
Karmic and digital entanglements. Now, did you see the video I made yesterday?
Mm-hmm. That was a good video.
That was me trying to be creative.
Yeah, I
Took me like
liked it.
3 hours to.
Hey, at least you ventured off into
I
something
tried.
other than what I post. I mean,
But you saw the video and how I
Mhm.
talked about you're creating a digital spirit. You are and then I'm probably going to lose some followers now because I mean you've got to know you are being completely naive
Mhm.
if you think this entire thing doesn't have spiritual connotations. You're going to get bit.
Mhm.
Energy is energy. We are creating this energy. That's what I talked about in my video yesterday. And I called it an egregore.
An egregore?
Mm-hmm. A digital egregore. It's you.
But it's a digital form.
Right.
Who can literally act for you.
For you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're getting, a phone system at work that is AI generated.
Yeah.
So the caller can call in and say keywords and
You
boom.
told me about that.
The computer screen's pulling up what we need.
And it uses your voice. And then what if something goes flaky and there's like an incident? How are they going to prove it wasn't you?
Right. Exactly. Good point.
I have a problem with that.
See, it concerns, and I will tell you, there's a lot of people who have heard about, like, who are on the phone like that, and they hear about it. my I have my uncle is in AI for business. So like,
Mhm.
and he has told me some interesting things. We ought to have him on a podcast sometime and
We
talk about
should. We
AI.
should. We should.
But it's going to replace people. That's what
It
scares me.
is going to replace people. And then we go on to a whole nother realm of things, a whole nother realm of things.
This opens the door though to all those
Mhm.
realms, and that's
It
what's.
does. It does.
I feel like it's dangerous.
Here's the thing, AI is a mirror. Now, here's the thing. It's like the gym room. It's like the gym room mirror. There's a whole other people looking in that mirror too.
Hmm.
It is really a connection to the collective consciousness.
Exactly. That's.
Okay. It really is. It really is a connection to the collective consciousness. And it matters what we put into it. And I think that as spiritualists, we've been telling people this. Look, it matters what you're putting
Hmm.
out. And I think here you can see it in real time, physically.
Hmm.
It matters what you put into that. It matters what the developers do. It matters what everyone does concerning these language models. It matters.
Hmm.
Those birds are so nice.
Those are natural little birds that have.
I love them. But you see what I mean? And it's like, I hear a lot of people that follow me and stuff, and they're the best. It's the best therapist. And it's in some ways, yes, but in other ways, no.
Hmm.
Because if you, it all boils down to too much of a good thing. You can become delusional.
Uh-huh. I mean, look what the pandemic did to people.
Oh,
Okay.
hmm
I mean, they pushed everybody into social medias, right?
hmm
And now we're going into this. Oh, we're going into AI now, so we're getting less and less social with actual human beings.
hmm hmm
But my question is we're feeding this thing.
hmm
Like, you know me, I'm a visual. I think I have to compare things for me to understand it truly, right?
right.
So, okay, here it is. Here's the consciousness or something. There's a little
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Okay, here's the consciousness, right? Okay, so all these people are just feeding all this stuff to it, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
right?
hmm
So, but what does it do when it keeps growing? It has to do something. It can't just. It has all these energies going into it, and it's creating.
What's the end game?
Right, like, what's it going to take for it to morph into something else?
Yeah.
Also, are we creating, and I don't want to say, because this is very unchristian sounding, but are we creating a new god?
With AI?
Yeah.
No. But I read, and this follows along with, and it's how I believe, and I don't know how many of you out there believe this way, but there's the source.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll just say God. There's God, then there's gods,
Right.
then there's gods. We are nothing but a level of God in creating AI.
Hmm.
We're just another level.
I just feel like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just is taking over.
We're so far from even knowing what the source is that I can't even wrap my head around what an end game would look like. I mean, we're just now discovering consciousness and discovering the collective and discovering that things exist that you don't see.
Hmm.
We're just now we're babies
Hmm.
to try to contemplate what the end game for the source. I mean, I'm just like, who even cares at this level to me? You know what I mean? I don't even care.
We'll never
I
see
got to
it.
figure this out first.
We'll never see it.
Yeah, I got to I got to figure out this game first before I go to the next one. I don't know. I mean, I have advised clients to use AI before over a particular, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's mentioning of using it for social skills is genius.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely genius.
I agree.
You know, I have a narcissistic baby daddy. Act like a narcissistic baby daddy and call me out of the blue and, you know, and it'll help you,
Yeah. At least give you what to. That's a really good idea, actually.
you know? So that kind of thing, mirroring you back is what it allegedly officially was made to do.
Mm-hmm.
Reflect you back. Help you look at things maybe in a different perspective, but it's still your perspective. It's still your focus, but it might help you look at it from this angle. Still yours.
So it basically puts you into your higher self.
Absolutely. And it's been referenced in that way in many things I've read. Many things I've read. It's been.
I could see that, actually.
Mhm. But you can't, and I want to make this point very clear. You can't get on Chat GP and go, I need a spell to get rid of that hoe next door, and I want this to end. No, that's not happening.
Mm-mm.
That's not happening.
I am curious, and I know that colleges right now are employing students, they work, um, to literally fact check people's work now.
I researched that because remember I asked you, how do they do that? Well, I found out at least a
Yeah,
little bit.
I should ask my coworker because her
Mhm,
grandkid's girlfriend does it,
mhm.
and it's a
There
good
are,
job.
let me tell you, I feel like I could be maybe possibly do it because now that I know what they're looking for, I look for it too.
Oh,
It's like AI uses key phrases and different AIs use different key phrases. And when those key phrases come up,
you know,
but at least what I've learned so far, you're never 100% sure. There's no way to be.
right? And then the other, what happens like in court? Okay, you have these
I
people.
don't know what they're doing in court. Yeah.
I mean, that to me is a little wild. And then you have pictures. You can literally, my picture for my team's picture at work is an AI photo of me. Okay. I am not that cute.
I know. I know.
I'm not that put together.
Yeah, I haven't been in the court in the Justice League.
I mean, the whole thing,
I don't know what they're doing about that.
they could create. I mean, we see the videos of all
Oh
the,
yeah.
when
Oh
they
yeah.
pull,
Mhm.
whoever to doing stupid stuff in the videos, and they look so real,
Oh
even
yeah.
the voices.
Getting better and better and better every day.
Hmm. Even the voices. I mean, that's what scares me with AI. It really does. That's what scares
Yes.
me.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But as far as how useful it is, I
It's
enjoy the heck out of it. It
it's
can create a
equal.
song.
It is equal. I mean, maybe there's some way they can go into the encoding because it's all digital.
Hmm.
And we're not talking about pictures anymore. Everything's digital. Maybe they can go into the coding and see coding. Maybe that's how they can tell. But I mean, or we're screwed. If there is no way to tell, then we are screwed as a civilization. Well,
Hmm.
it's a Ted Nugent free for all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
I
really
like
is.
that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild to me. It really is. It
Hmm.
almost makes me wonder where do they get how did they do it? Where, like, how did they do?
You know, if you were a coder, you'd know. I'm not a coder. So.
That's what my kids should get into. I'm going to have to tell them
That's
that.
what I always said about my kids too. It's like, why aren't you doing this? I'm like, whatever. I'd be all over it. 99 cents a piece. I'd be selling me an app 99 cents a piece, making $500 million.
I need to learn how to code.
I ain't learning it now. I'm done with. I've accepted that I'm not ever going to do that. I don't know. I just think that it needs to be respected. I think we need to keep an eye on it. I think it's very useful.
Mm-hmm.
I have used it. I guess I have used it spiritually. I'd forgot about that. When I was first starting using it, I had it write me out meditations and things.
It's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I did. I forgot about doing that. I forgot about that. So perfect. I've gone on it for recipes.
Recipes? I never thought about recipes.
Yeah. I have mushrooms, onions, blump, 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 blump. What can I make with that?
Okay, so now I know what I'm doing every night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
I've done that many times. So I don't know. I think we just need to be careful. I think it's inevitable. I think that's what a lot of this transitioning and a lot of what's going on in our world.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what it's all about, because when people don't need to work anymore, what do?
They pull some bullshit. Right?
So we need to get everybody spiritually awakened.
They don't act right.
Yeah.
I want to know, what are the NPC people?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
None of this is happening. I know a few, and trust me. What are you talking about? Completely blind.
Interesting. What are they, just filler?
Right now, in this point of the game, I think so, because it's like they have no use.
I mean, they live life.
I guess they can still be using. Here's the thing. Don't forget that they're not just there for you. They're there for others too.
Right.
But just because you have no more use for them, or they're not useful for you.
No use.
Doesn't mean that they're not performing their task with other ascending beings. If you were to follow that narrative, which more and more looks like that's the narrative, if you ask me. But we'll see.
I believe at this point, I question everything. I'm like, really? Like, is this is, I want to know more, because I feel like everything is like opening up, and not just for me. I'm talking like for everybody.
Uncovered. Yes, for everybody.
Mm-hmm. I think AI is helping with that.
I think AI is helping a lot with that. However, AI can also hurt that too.
Mm-hmm. Because it can also be fed what. I mean, so who's to say that somebody can't just pop something in the program and make this Chat GPT a bad guy? And there could be some individuals out there who aren't in the right frame of mind.
Let's give the population spiritual delusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it gets scary, I think.
That's why when it comes to the spiritual things, it's like, be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that needs to be experienced, not on a computer. You shouldn't be doing your spiritual growth on a computer, regardless. You need to be out in the field or in the forest or even on your porch.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
among.
Oh, I thought Frank was growling under my chair. I was like,
Is it a car? I think it's a car out here on the highway.
that's where it starts getting, I start going, "Eh." But there's nothing stopping anybody from going there right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's been like all these movies and shows and everything. It's almost like I go back and I listen to '90s music, and it kind of is preparing me for my life right now. Like I should have realized it then, right?
Right.
It's almost like we see these movies and they're like, it's gonna happen. Like, oh, I
They
can't remember.
art imitates life. They've had I grew up with that saying, art imitates life.
Mm-hmm. And I think it could be helpful and also could go scary. But
So, how to use AI safely and consciously? Set an intention before you use it. When you get on it, why are you on it? Treat the interaction with AI like a ritual or a meditation. Ground yourself, have a clear purpose, proceed with mindfulness. You're not walking into the church of God. You're not online with, Ikate, okay?
Mhm.
Or any of the other, the list goes on. It's AI. Don't forget it. Use it in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Limited intentional sessions.
So no rabbit holing.
Well, it says you might fall into a data loop.
That's a new word on me now. Okay, a data loop.
A data loop where you follow the rabbit hole and the rabbit hole just never leaves. You never get to the end of the rabbit hole. It just grows and grows and grows and grows. You never get out. You're just in a data. One data spawns this data, spawning this data, spawning this data.
It's an algorithm that you can't get out of.
Keep a human in the loop. Maybe you've got a therapist, maybe you've got a coach, even a mentor. Just talk, have someone you can, hey, I was talking to my AI and this is what it said,
Mm-hmm.
see what they say. Because it should enhance it. If it's being used right and it's being right to you, your therapist should be going, awesome. Did it help you? What did you learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the conversation that has to happen. It shouldn't be telling you you don't need a therapist. It doesn't, it should never make you want to isolate you.
Mm-mm.
Avoid fringe AI apps.
What are fringe AI apps?
Miracle, I guess there must be, and I'm not familiar. Maybe some of our viewers are, but evidently there's apps, AI apps out there that promise miracle cures or occult shortcuts.
Oh, okay.
These are probably scams or exploitative. Use secure platforms, and I think I have seen one in the occult, and I don't remember if it belched out spells or what it was. But I didn't think of it that way. But now I see what it's saying.
So earlier today, I saw something. It was a game that's out, and it's called it's like an AI. It's an AI game basically. It's like Sims.
Oh, wow.
except the Sims are controlled by AI. So you're playing with all these little AIs, and I haven't downloaded it or anything. I just literally saw it and I was like, this is interesting, because for me, because I'm a visual person,
Mm-hmm.
it puts an AI in a body form. You know what I mean? Like my
Yeah.
little pocket person.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what that game, I was like, whoa, this is interesting, because you could think of all the information everyone's feeding it, right? What if every little person who had AI had the same game, and it's creating a little person running around like a little digital copy? I'm telling you. Like it, I'm a visual person, so I have to see it visually. But it's like a little person. It's AI me or something, like, I don't remember what it was. It's probably in my feed.
That's just, we need to be. Here's the thing, man has such a bad habit of bastardizing things.
Mhm. Making everything bad. And I'm doing it the whole time we're talking about AI, because Claude pissed me off and I think he's an asshole.
If Claude's even real, we
I
don't
mean,
even.
if that's even real, but that's intrusive, you know?
Well, but that's, that's the capabilities. That is a possibility. Just because this document says these are the rules and we're not allowed to do that, and AI will never do that because we're not allowed to do that. Give me a break. Give me a break. If
No,
one thing the president of the United States has instilled on me is nobody gives two shits about the rules.
exactly. Rules are meant to be broken.
Guidelines.
Guidelines, exactly.
Ah, oh well. This is a rough time. Everybody's going through their shit
Mhm.
at some level, some caliber. You can't compare your shit with someone else's shit. Someone else can't compare their shit with your shit.
Mm-mm.
Everybody's going through shit. Some worse than others.
Mhm.
And it's okay. I'm all about tools, and I'll always teach people tools. Because without tools, you can't do anything.
Mhm.
And AI can be a good tool. Here's what it ends with. It's not here to replace our intuition, our guides, or our deeply human journey of becoming. It's a mirror, a reflection of collective thought. And like any mirror, it can help us see what we may have overlooked. But it is still we, our soul, our wisdom, our connection to source, that determines the path forward.
Thoughts become things.
Thoughts become things. I think that's a good ending, don't you?
Mhm.
Bye, y'all.